We begin now more on the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery. A warning to our viewers, elements of this story are graphic. You guys are already writing in. I see you, Marquita Baker. Calls for justice continue to grow after the release of this shocking video showing what appears to be Arbery out for a jog when he was chased down by men in a pickup truck. There is a struggle, and then Arbery is shot dead. The two men who have admitted to being in the truck, a retired police officer and his son, let me remind you, are free right now. They are not facing charges. They claim Arbery looked like a burglary suspect. But now officials, including the governor of Georgia and Joe Biden, are calling for an investigation. LeBron James has stepped up, also weighing in and tweeting, "We're literally hunted every day, every time we step foot outside the comfort of our homes. Can't even go for a damn jog, man." Tomorrow would have been Arbery's 26th birthday. And this morning, his mother spoke out on GMA talking about the video and why she thinks there hasn't been an arrest yet. Let's all take a look.
I don't think I'll ever be in a mental state where I can actually watch the video. I think that no arrest has been made basically because because of the title that he carried of the retired police officer. I think that they don't feel like that he was wrong because he was one of them.
So, again, we have to admit we don't know the rest of the story. We don't know the rest of the video. But what appears to be, in my eyes, is a man hunted and tracked. We now know the third man in that vehicle filming lived a minute from those two people, the shooters, William Roddy Bryan, and you can hear him get off a shot as well in that car. We're also looking for him, or police are looking for him. Why a grand jury needs to be assumed instead of arresting these people, I will never know. But running while black seems to be a death sentence. Lindsay, how do you feel?
I just think the narrative of this story is so messed up. So when we look at the McMichaels, who, like you said, have ties to law enforcement, you're wondering why they're getting preferential treatment. It's because they were former cops. But the point is, in that moment, they weren't cops. They were retired cops. So he decided, because there was a robbery suspect allegedly running around the neighborhood, that he's going to shoot down a black man because he was black, and he fit the description. So the description to him is that we all look alike. And it's really frustrating, and I don't even want to give him that much time. I want to talk about Ahmaud, because I'm really upset, as you can tell. Ahmaud would have been 26 tomorrow. I have a little brother that's 26. He was in the beginning of his young adult life, and he didn't get a chance to continue running or laughing or doing any of the things that he wanted to do in this life. Who would know? His mom can't watch that video because she's hurt. Just like black people are hurt. I think when you're looking around and black people are saying, "Where are you guys at?" We're looking at the historical context that every time there's an issue, when there's LGBTQ, we go on the front lines and we say, "Hey, we're going to fight with you guys for what's right." When we say we're putting up a Muslim ban, black people are there saying, "We're going to fight for you guys because that's not right." When you say that we want the Me Too movement, black women started that. And a woman named Yamanika, who's an artist, brought this up, that every time there's voting rights for women, black women are on the forefront. So where is everybody at? Where is everybody at right now? We need everybody. This is not a black and white issue. This is a right and wrong issue. And if you're silent right now, you're basically saying that a black life is worth being killed, black lives don't matter, and that you're okay with the oppressor. Because I see people with tons of extra time on TikTok, dancing around, posting on Instagram every day because we have more time than we've ever had before. But if you can't take the time out to make a call, send a text, post a video, or tell your friends why this is wrong, then shame on you. Shame on you that you think that our lives are still worthless when we fight for you every single time.
Wow. Lindsay, well said. I just have to ask Al real quick. I also think silence is compliance. I think as an ally, it's your duty to speak up. Al, do you think silence is compliance?
I think silence is compliance. And, you know, I see where Lindsay's coming from, and I feel her passion. I had a really rough morning this morning, to be honest with you, because as I got ready to put my suit on, I was thinking about the story that I told on the show a couple weeks back, when I talked about walking to get coffee, and I got coffee for a bunch of the other hair and makeup team. This is back when you could walk around. Yeah. And I was coming back, and I had 4 or 5 coffees, and my shoe came untied. And even though I was wearing a suit and tie, I had my microphone on, I had my IFB in, I still was trying to find a place on the sidewalk to stop, to kneel, to tie my shoe. And I know a lot of viewers heard that and was like, well, that's a little extreme. That's a little excessive. This is what's always on a black person's mind, whether they're going out for a jog, whether they're bringing coffee back for their friends. your mind is never clear, because every time you try and relax, go on TikTok, like Lindsay was saying, and just be a person, you're shot in your home by a police officer. Every time you try and play video games with your nephew at 11 o'clock at night, you're shot through your window by a police officer. Every time you go for a jog, you're going to be allegedly shot by men that were former police officers, allegedly, and it would seem to be a coordinated attack. So this is why we are unable to relax. This is why we are unable to smile all the time.
Everybody keeps calling this moment like an equalizing moment, but how so? How so when in this week we talked about NYPD beating the crap out of black people, when black people were fighting to say that people in China were being treated wrong when they were getting thrown in the back of vans? How is it an equal moment for everybody when we're all in the house, all struggling, all coming together? If you're not standing up at this time, then this is not a moment when we're all coming together and going through the same thing.